Morning. Today we are going to discuss about the characteristic of traffic engineering. The traffic characteristics are generally classified into two categories. One is road user characteristic and other one is vehicular characteristics. The road user characteristics are based on the road users like pedestrians, cyclists and motorists. And the road user characteristics are further classified into two categories. One is psychological characteristic and other one is physiological characteristic. These two characteristics are based on the aspects of human behavior on roads. That is, on the road, how the human will behave. Based on the behavior, these two characteristics are provided. The first one is physiological characteristic. These physiological characteristics are measurable and quantifiable, but psychological characteristics are not quantifiable and also it is more difficult to measurable. The physiological characteristic may include the vision, hearing, and the psychological characteristic may include perception, intellection, emotion, and volition. Let's see the physiological characteristic first. In that first, we are going to discuss about the vision. Vision is nothing but it is the characteristics of the driver, which is helpful for ability to see the vehicle on the road. We know that human eye is a sensory organ which enables one to see and evaluate the shape and size of the object which is on the road. So used on the shape, size and distance, we can estimate the distance and speed of the opposing vehicles, right? So this vision is further classified into two cone, vision cone, that is acute cone, and the second one is fairly clear vision cone and third one is peripheral cone. The acute vision cone is a cone in which the vision is completely clear. So it is called as a clear vision cone. And the angle of cone is about 3 degree to 10 degree in the acute vision cone. And the fairly clear vision cone is second type. In this, the vision is satisfactory when the angle of cone is about 10 to 12 degree around the line of sight. This cone is helpful for color to identify the color and shape, and also it is important for locating the traffic signs and signals. And third is peripheral vision. This peripheral vision is a little bit not clear. That is, vision is possible in this zone, but it is not clear. The angle of peripheral vision is about 160 degree in horizontal direction and 115 degree in vertical direction. See this diagram. Here the center line is the center line of retina, and these two lines indicate the acute vision cone, that is about 3 degree to 10 degree, and these two lines indicate the fairly clear vision, that is about 10 degree to 12 degree, and this is about 120 to 180 degree indicating the peripheral vision. You know that in acute vision the vision is clear, but in fairly clear vision the vision is clear and satisfactory, but a little bit difficult to identify the color and shape. And in peripheral vision, the vision is possible, but it is not clear. The next one is glare recovery. When coming to the vision, the recovering the glare is very important thing. To recover the glare, it will take 3 to 6 seconds. So beyond this time, the glare recovery will create some kind of accidents. So the driver's ability to adapt the glare and variation lighting condition plays a vital role in physical characteristics. Some of the factors will affect the glare recovery. That may be age of the driver, wearing of eyeglasses, and all. These may affect the recovering of glare and lighting. And the next one is color vision. You know that the color vision is very important when identifying the signals and traffic lights, especially during the night time, right? So to recognize the proper signal, color vision is very important. So it is also considered as one of the important factor in the physical characteristics. And the next important factor is depth perception, that is perceiving the situation on the road is considered as a depth perception, that is ability of the driver to judge the distance and speed of the approaching vehicle is considered as a depth perception. Generally this depth perception is very important for both the vehicle driver as well as the road users like pedestrians. When we are crossing the road, it is important to identify the distant speed of the approaching vehicle for the pedestrian. So for that, this depth perception is very important. And the next factor is hearing. You know that it is a very vital for the road user, because based on the sound of the horns, the road user will react for the situation. It alerts the pedestrian as well as the vehicles which is on the road. For especially the elderly people will get alert using this horn sound, because their eyesight may be little bit less. Next, in addition to the above factors like vision, hearing, glare recovery, color vision, some other factors also affect the road user characteristics like age of the driver and fatigue, and the presence of alcohol or drugs during driving. This may also affect the road user characteristics. And coming to the psychological characteristic, the psychological characteristic are not measurable and it is not quantifiable easily. It is difficult to do that. So this psychological characteristic will be explained using the PIEV theory, that is perception, intellection, emotion, volition. Perception, it is the time taken to identify the object, that is to perceive the object. The driver requires some time, right? So that situation is called as a perception, that is perceiving the situation is called as a perception. Then intellection, that is understanding the situation, what is going on the road, what we have to do. The understanding the exact situation is called as a intellection. And emotion, after understanding the real situation on the road, driver have to take some decision based on their emotional condition. So the time taken for taking an emotional decision, right, that is called as emotion. That is time elapsed during emotional sensation and disturbances is called as emotion. So after analyzing all the things, the real situation, emotional balances and everything, the driver have to take a decision, right, that is considered as a volition. So this is called as a PIEV theory. That is the time taken for perception, intellection, emotion, volition is called as a PIEV theory. So the based on this PIEV theory, we can quantify the psychological characteristic of the road user. So these are all about the road user characteristic. One is the physical characteristic and second one is the psychological. Psychological characteristic is based on the PIEV theory, and physical characteristic is based on the some factors as I explained earlier: vision, hearing, age, and the perception, color vision, glare recovery. These are all come under physiological characteristics. Thank you. Vehicular characteristic. We have some of the vehicular characteristics, that is static characteristic and dynamic characteristic. These are the two major characteristics of the vehicle because it will affect the design and traffic performance. The static characteristics include dimensions, weight, and maximum turning angle. And the dynamic characteristics include speed, acceleration, braking characteristics, and some aspects of body design. So these characteristics also considered as the traffic characteristics. So based on this, the vehicle will behave when the road user operate the vehicle. Thank you.